What if everything you were told about breakfast is wrong? According to nutrition historians quoted by major newspapers and food scholars, the line most important meal began with early cereal and bacon marketing, not definitive science. Today, we will test the claim with modern randomized trials and expert guidelines. We will cover weight, metabolism, blood sugar, cholesterol and blood pressure, appetite and energy, school performance, athletic training, intermittent fasting, shift work, and real-life budgeting. According to a paper published in the BMJ journal, telling people to eat breakfast did not automatically make them leaner. Stay to the end for a practical bonus called the 1-Minute Breakfast Builder. This video is educational only and not medical advice, as stated by the American Heart Association and other professional bodies. The phrase most important meal rose alongside early 20th century cereal and bacon promotions, as food historians and public records show. According to analyses cited by public health historians, industry linked breakfast to morality, productivity, and good parenting long before randomized trials existed. Modern nutrition groups like the American Heart Association advise focusing on overall dietary patterns rather than slogans. The takeaway is simple. Marketing started the myth. Science must test it. People who eat breakfast often look healthier in surveys, but surveys show correlation, not cause. According to a paper published in the Circulation Journal by the American Heart Association, breakfast habits cluster with exercise, not smoking, and higher diet quality. To test cause, we need randomized controlled trials. According to a paper published in the BMJ journal, trials that randomly assigned breakfast versus no breakfast found small weight differences that depended on total calories and compensation later in the day. The big idea is this. Correlation does not equal causation. According to a paper published in the BMJ journal, adults told to add breakfast often ate approximately 260 extra calories per day and did not lose more weight. According to a trial in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition, 6 weeks of breakfast versus fasting until noon changed activity patterns a little, but did not change body fat. According to a 16-week trial led by university researchers, always eat breakfast versus always skip made little difference for weight when people were free living. Quick call to action. If you value evidence-based content, please subscribe now so you never miss our myth busts. Many of us were told breakfast switches on metabolism. According to papers published in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition, resting metabolic rate was essentially the same whether people ate breakfast or skipped it. What changed was the thermic effect of food, which is the small calorie burn after any meal. According to a study in the Journal of Nutrition, fasted morning exercise created a more negative 24-hour energy balance than eating breakfast first because participants did not fully make up those calories later. So breakfast does not magically boost your baseline metabolism. Your total intake and activity still rule. According to controlled feeding studies published in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition, skipping breakfast can raise the next meal glucose spike, often called the second meal effect. According to a paper in the British Journal of Nutrition, a lower glycemic index breakfast like oats or high-fiber cereal led to steadier blood sugar and steadier attention across the morning than a sugary breakfast. For healthy adults, the lesson is timing plus composition. A balanced first meal makes a smoother day. According to a crossover trial published in the Diabetes Care Journal, people with type 2 diabetes who skipped breakfast saw lunch glucose rise by roughly 25 to 40% compared with the day they ate breakfast. According to a trial in the Cell Metabolism Journal, early time-restricted eating, which includes an earlier first meal, improved insulin sensitivity and blood pressure even without weight loss. According to a randomized trial in the JAMA Internal Medicine Journal, an earlier eating window outperformed a 12-hour window for diastolic blood pressure and weight loss. For insulin resistance, earlier and balanced often beats late and heavy. According to a paper published in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition, a high-protein breakfast lowered the hunger hormone ghrelin and increased the satiety hormone peptide YY, leading to fewer evening cravings in teens who usually skip breakfast. According to the British Journal of Nutrition, low glycemic index breakfasts support steadier focus. According to a clinical trial in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition, lower carbohydrate first meals, improved daytime glucose patterns in type 2 diabetes. Practical rule: choose protein and fiber at your first meal to reduce crashes. According to a meta-analysis of randomized trials in the Obesity Journal, omitting breakfast for several weeks caused a small rise in low-density lipoprotein cholesterol on average, while effects on other lipids and blood pressure were inconsistent. According to the American Heart Association, overall diet quality and weight drive cholesterol and blood pressure far more than any single meal. If you skip breakfast, make sure later meals include fiber-rich foods and healthier fats to support your lipid profile. According to a paper published in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition, breakfast reduced subjective hunger, and a higher protein breakfast worked best to reduce cravings in the evening. According to the BMJ Journal meta-analysis, adding breakfast sometimes increased total calories because people did not reduce later intake enough. According to the Advances in Nutrition Journal, pairing protein with fiber at breakfast improves satiety. Translation: if you struggle with afternoon snacking or evening overeating, try a protein and fiber breakfast such as eggs with whole grain toast and fruit or yogurt with oats and nuts. According to a systematic review in the Advances in Nutrition Journal, eating breakfast improved attention, memory, and some test scores, especially in undernourished students. According to a trial in the British Journal of Nutrition, a low glycemic index breakfast preserved attention better through late morning than a sugary cereal or skipping. Education groups cite that school breakfast programs can improve attendance and behavior. For growing brains, a simple balanced breakfast can be academic fuel. According to guidance from the American College of Sports Medicine, pre-exercise carbohydrates top up liver glycogen that drops overnight and improve endurance performance. According to Position Stands, a light carbohydrate-rich meal 1 to 3 hours before a morning race or long run supports better pacing and later-stage effort. Studies agree that fasted sessions feel harder and can limit peak intensity when the goal is top performance. Quick call to action: if you want more athlete-focused breakdowns, hit subscribe now so the algorithm keeps delivering science-based coaching tips to you. According to the Journal of Nutrition study, fasted morning exercise increased the 24-hour energy deficit by roughly 400 calories in active men because they did not fully compensate later. According to the American College of Sports Medicine, for heavy lifting and sprints, fueling usually beats fasting for best output and training volume. Coaches advise practicing a small, easy breakfast like toast with honey or a smoothie on training days to train the gut before competition. Use occasional fasted, easy sessions for adaptation, not for every hard day. According to the JAMA Internal Medicine Journal, skipping breakfast within a 16-hour fasting window did not produce special fat loss when calories matched other plans, and it risked losing lean mass if protein was too low. According to the Cell Metabolism Journal, early time-restricted eating that starts earlier in the day improved insulin sensitivity and blood pressure even without weight change. The practical takeaway is this: if fasting fits your life, consider an earlier window and pack your meals with protein, fiber, and micronutrients. According to research summarized by the National Institutes of Health and the National Heart, Lung, and Blood Institute, eating during the biological night worsened glucose control in simulated night shift conditions, while daytime-aligned meals reduced that effect even when people were awake at night. A practical approach for shift workers is to plan the main break fast after the longest sleep, even if that occurs in the late afternoon, and to avoid heavy meals near the end of the night shift. Consistency helps your internal clock and your metabolism. According to the American Heart Association, overall diet quality matters more than any one mealtime. According to the Advances in Nutrition Journal, regular breakfast can boost diet quality by adding fiber, fruit, dairy or fortified options, and micronutrients. If you skip breakfast, you must plan later meals to supply those nutrients. The rule of thumb is quality beats timing. Choose vegetables, whole grains, lean proteins, and healthier fats across the whole day. According to the BMJ Journal, breakfast often adds calories in trials, yet according to the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition, high-protein breakfasts can reduce cravings and junk evening snacks. According to the Diabetes Care Journal, skipping worsened daytime glucose in type 2 diabetes, while according to the Cell Metabolism Journal, structured early time restricted eating improved insulin sensitivity. According to sports science statements, fasted training boosts fat use during exercise, while fueled training boosts top performance. Different designs, different goals, and different people create different results. Personalize, track, and adjust. According to the American Heart Association, low-cost breakfasts like oats with milk, banana, and peanut butter deliver protein, fiber, and energy. If mornings are hectic, prepare hard-boiled eggs, overnight oats, or yogurt with frozen berries so breakfast takes 1 minute. If you prefer to skip breakfast, plan a balanced lunch with protein, vegetables, and whole grains to prevent a large dinner binge. Keep water nearby. Remember that sleep and stress also shape hunger and cravings, as many clinical reviews note. Pick one protein such as eggs, yogurt, cottage cheese, beans, or peanut butter, as recommended by the American Heart Association. Pick one fiber-rich starch such as oats, high-fiber cereal, or whole grain bread, which the British Journal of Nutrition links to steadier glucose. Pick one fruit or vegetable such as berries, banana, tomato, or spinach, which school nutrition statements connect with better morning focus. Athletes add a small extra carbohydrate like toast with honey before long or hard sessions, as advised by the American College of Sports Medicine. Set a timer and build it in 60 seconds. Here is the verdict. Breakfast is not universally the most important meal. According to the BMJ Journal and the American Heart Association, the better framing is right timing plus right composition plus total calories. Children and teens, morning athletes, and many people with prediabetes or type 2 diabetes benefit from an earlier balanced first meal, as shown by Diabetes Care, Cell Metabolism Journal, and school nutrition research. Others can skip breakfast if they still meet nutrition goals and avoid evening overeating. This video is educational content only and not medical advice. Individual needs vary by health, medications, schedule, and goals. Please consult a licensed professional for personal guidance. Final call to action. Tell us in the comments which nutrition myth you want us to investigate next, and share your own breakfast experiments so the community can learn from you.